I had done a couple book reviews a while back, and one of my buddies, Jody Rank, who I know from Java on Ocean Coffee Shop, we used to hang out in the morning and drink coffee, make fun of people in the coffee shop, talk about home remodel projects, talk about cooking, talk about what pissed us off the day before, and just general coffee shop talk. He's a very intelligent dude. They shipped him all over the world to do, like, Dubai and Africa and all these places to do think tanks. I'm not exactly sure what he did, but he asked me to do more book reviews. And if that guy's asking me to do a book review, I mean, that's like a notch on my belt. So I'm going to do a couple more book reviews. So today we're going to talk about Le Repertoire de la Cuisine. And later I'm going to show you about these opium and cocaine tax stamps from San Francisco. Not really a book, but it's way cool, I think. Might give me a couple more views if I put cocaine and opium on the video. Le Repertoire de la Cuisine. Now this book is kind of meant to go in conjunction with another book that I reviewed, which was Escapist cookbook. The Escapist cookbook tells you how to make everything, like a hollandaise sauce. If you put a tarragon reduction, it's béarnaise. If you put tomato product, it's Chiron. If you don't want to carry around the Escapist cookbook with you everywhere you go, what you do is you have this little puppy, and it breaks it down. It doesn't tell you how to cook anything. It's going to say béarnaise, it'll say hollandaise with tarragon reduction, and that's it. You have to know what tarragon reduction, you have to know how to cook things in order to use this book. I don't think many cooks use this today. I think in American cooks, and especially in San Francisco, this train of thought, this way of thinking, it's just like gone to the wind. Nobody gives a fuck. People just don't care. They call things the wrong thing, and they're hailed a culinary genius for it, in my opinion, and a lot of times. But this book, I mean, it says right in the intro that, Escapist is the god of cooking and all that. It has this little thing by Jacques Pepin, little forward piece, and George Lang, who I don't know who he is. And they just talk about if a priest in Peru meets a priest from Africa, they don't have anything in common. The way that they cook, the way that they eat, the way they dress, what they do in their off time for fun, they're totally different. But the Bible brings them together. They use the same Bible. They both know the same Bible. That's like what this is to cooks, is the Bible of cooking. This book would bring all cooks together. If you have this, I'm sure Restaurant Danielle, he had one of these. I never talked about this book with Danielle, but I'm sure he had it. I don't think that the regular home cook would find, I mean, it's interesting and it's nice to have. If you got like a big library with all these cookbooks, this might be something you'd want to add to it. It tells you what, veal blanquette garnish should have. Barragoule vegetables, what that should have. The Escapist cookbook came out late 1800s, 1853, 1859 or something. This, I don't know, this book, I couldn't even find a date in this book. It's kind of weird. But I did see online where the original came out like 1912. So like 10 years after the Escapist cookbook comes out, 10 years later, this guy Louis Saunier comes out with this book, and it just concises everything, brings everything into a small, you could fit that in your pocket. If you wanted to run around, your French chef back in the day, and you run around and you want to make sure what garnishes are going where, and make sure you call things the right dish, maybe get some ideas for tonight's special, and you get some type of radish, you look in the book and you find what the radish is, and maybe what classical French dish, you might find out what classical French dish uses that type of radish that you have for that day. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. So I used to have a hauling company, like Got Junk, and I would, find cool stuff all the time. People paid me to throw away cool stuff. Actually, when they paid me to throw away cardboard, we'd recycle the cardboard and get paid for it. So I tried to make it so everything I took in, I got paid for. And if I did have to go to the dump, it'd be like once in a blue moon, and it didn't cost me that much because I made all the money off recycle. This is a special tax stamp. This one's from 1942. All three of these are for the same address. It's apparently Merle C. Smith and Edwin M. Glasgow owned Home Drug Company at 1200 Union Street in 1942, 1946, and 1948. I wish I had all these stamps, but this is the only ones I got. Retail dealer in opium, cocoa leaves, etc. That was $3. $3, and you're selling opium and cocaine on Union Street in 1942. Now this one is actually $27.50. This one costs $27.50, but it's their retail liquor dealer. So the liquor license costs 3 times as much for you to be able to sell liquor as for opium or coca. Now, and there's the one, I believe this is 48. There it is for 1948. So I'll take some pictures of these. Not a major big deal, but I mean, it's kind of a cool part of history. You know, I really wonder what it'd be like living back here in the 40s. I'd probably get into a lot of trouble. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you soon.